What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie2988 coming at you live once again through the power of the internet, and we're back. Not only are we back at home from VidCon, but we're also back on the channel finally. If you guys don't know, I got hacked while I was at VidCon, and there's a lot of good things that happened because of that. A lot of bad things happened because of it too. And I'd love to tell you the stories about that. I'm sorry I'm going to have to hold Sammy this whole time because he just not let me set him down since we've been home. That's the first time we ever had to be away from him. And so he's just been insistent on being in my lap or on my chest or in my hands the entire time that we've been home. So bear with me. But yeah, we got hacked. Basically, I was laying in bed on Friday night. And I rolled over after a quick little, night terror panic attack thing that is very prone for me to happen because I have an anxiety disorder. And I grabbed my handset, my phone, and discovered it was completely disconnected from the internet. And I immediately knew what was happening because over the last 3 months or so, we've had somebody trying to find a weak link at Verizon and let them into our account so that he could get into our stuff. And apparently, eventually, the guy did. When I called Verizon and asked them what had happened, they said, we let him in without the passcode. And I don't know why they would admit fault like that. I don't understand why they would. But shame on you, Verizon. Shame on you, Verizon, for doing such a terrible, terrible job of safeguarding my information. Well, once he had my phone number, he was able to transfer it to a handset. He got Verizon, the Verizon tech, to transfer it to his handset. And once he was able to do that, he was able to use two-step authentication on my Gmail account. And once he was into that, he was able to get into everything else. Now, I've changed everything into a secret Gmail account, and I have a series of events and series of things that would take hours to figure out. And the reason I was able to do that is because while there's a lot of damage done, like him getting into my PayPal account and trying to steal money and all this other terrible stuff, shutting down my YouTube channel and everything else, my first thought was, why did this have to happen at VidCon? I have a panel in the morning, and I'm the moderator of that panel. I can't believe I'm not sleeping tonight. I can't believe I have to do this. That was my first thought. My second thought was, thank God this happened at VidCon, because I was literally surrounded by people that were willing to help. And it was amazing. It was completely amazing. Every creator that was there, Evan Gregory for the Gregory Brothers, Markiplier, Matt Pat from Game Theory, Steve. Ultimately, Steve was the hero of the day because Steve from Princess Rap Battles was able to actually connect me with a Google engineer who was able to directly help me. We sat down for a couple of hours, and he was able to get me able to get back online, restore the channels. The videos were down for like 12 hours only, thanks to Jeff. He's literally my hero. It was amazing. He was literally my hero of VidCon. And now I obviously have his number, and that's a wonderful contact. But I also made a lot of new friends from this experience, including Jeff. And it was awesome. It was just so amazing because had this happened when I was alone at home, it would have been a very, very tough time for me. And I would not have had all of that support and all of that love. The thing that I think surprised me more than anything was the incredible support from the YouTube community. Obviously, other creators like Alpha Omega Sin and other people like that making videos, and you guys are incredible for doing that. But even smaller beginning YouTubers and of course the fans. I saw so many tweets at YouTube demanding that they reinstate my stuff and get my stuff back. I saw so many people up in arms, creating videos, creating tweets on social media, demanding that they get this fixed, helping me out. What a wonderful feeling. What a wonderful feeling. And I have to say that it is a terrible feeling to be attacked like this. And me and my family are attacked all the time for whatever reason. I don't know. I think it's because people think I'm disingenuous, or I think it's because I'm fat, or maybe it's because I don't like the same video games that they like, or whatever it is. Me and my family are constantly attacked. Just before we left for VidCon, we had to file a police report for a credible death and rape threat, and send somebody to their front door. I don't know why it's like that for me, and I talked to a lot of creators about it, and they said it's not like that for them, but it is that way for me, and that's okay. I mean, everybody has a different experience in this world. And even though my experience is different, I love this experience. I'm so happy to have the life that we have. I'm happy to have my wife, my dog, and I'm happy to have you, But it is how it is. And it gets scary sometimes. It gets lonely sometimes when you're dealing with those types of threats, when you're dealing with that type of violence, that type of anger, that type of frustration. And with an anxiety disorder, I can really get lost in my head. I really can. But with this, I feel so much better because I see how many people care, how many people went out of the way at the convention, whether they were a fan or a creator, to come and find me and to help. How wonderful is that? How wonderful is that? I feel like I have more love and more support in my life than I've ever had, and I guess that's because it's true. And this hack made me see that, and I feel ecstatic. I'm actually ecstatic right now. I'm floating on cloud nine. And so thank you, Steve from Princess Brat Battles, and thank you to Jeff from the engineering team and the other people I spoke with in the engineering team. I don't know if you want your names mentioned. Thank you for getting me back online. Thank you for getting my videos right back up. Thank you for the PayPal team, everybody. Thank you to the fans who went out of their way to make sure that I was safe and make sure that I was able to get everything back. Thank you, guys. I can't believe it. Probably the only bad story that I have is that I had met Markiplier at VidCon, and Mark is the happiest person. Mark is the happiest person. He's always smiling. Every time I've ever interacted with him, he has a giant smile on his face. Every time I've ever seen him in video or anything, in an interview, he's always happy. It's the first time I've ever seen Mark, sad, other than, obviously when his friend passed. The first time I've ever seen Mark sad was when he found out that I was hacked. And he walks up to me with his phone in his hand, and he's like, "Hey, Boog, I'm so sorry." I hate, the worst thing that happened is that we made Markiplier sad, and I'm so sad that we had to do that. He was a hell of a guy. Everybody, incredible. This community is incredible, and I'm so grateful to be a part of it. And thank you, guys. Thank you, every one of you, guys. Thanks for watching. I love you very much. I'll speak with you again soon. I've got a Loot Crate video to do later in the week. I've got my VidCon videos to create. I've got so much stuff, and after this, I'm more invigorated to create videos than I've ever been. I'm excited, and I hope that you're gonna love it, guys. Thanks for watching. I love you very much, and I'll speak with you again soon.